I did a LinkedIn post a couple of weeks ago. My record was 19 times. So I won't say the lady's name, but she was an accountancy practice while I had my CRM business. And I'd met her at an event and talked to her about, and she talked about some stuff that she was challenging with. And this again, back in like 2008, 2009. But I literally spoke to her about some stuff. And 19 times, her name was Lynn. I won't say the surname, but her name was Lynn. And every time I engaged and I shared some stuff that was useful. And my tip to salespeople is follow up with value. So listen to what the prospect is saying and then just share something. It doesn't have to be, if it's content you've created, great, but just share it rather than being just checking in to see how you're doing with the deal. I continually used to nudge her with information. When we spoke, you mentioned this. Here's an article I found. When we talked, you also mentioned this. Or, by the way, this is the other thing I see people in your position are facing. And I kept going in, and it took me like 9.5 months, 19 times. And eventually she said, thank you so much for your persistence. We're now in a position where we'd like to have a conversation and do something. Yeah. And I said to people, you've just got to have that belief. And it got to a point for me with that particular case where I was just like, okay, I'm not giving this up because I want to make this success happen. But so many people give up too early, or they give up because and I get messages from people and they get, oh, do you want to have a conversation? Or they ask for time. The other thing I think the biggest sales mistake salespeople make straight away is they ask for time. Yes. Time is the most precious thing people have got. Yeah. So if you're asking for time, but when I've just met you, I'm like, no, why would I give you my time? I don't know who you are. You've not created any value in my mind. I don't know. Why would I do that? It's for me to give you the most precious asset I've got, which means I'm taking stuff away from my family or my team or whatever else. You got to give me a bloody good reason to have that conversation with you. But yet I see it all the time. So there's people asking for 30 minutes. Is it time to have a catch up? I'm like, no, you got to show me more than that.